If we scroll down on Instagram, it's like diving into a pool of luxury products. We're bombarded with images of sipping a glass of Dom Perignon, holding an Hermes bag, wearing Chanel No. 5, using a MacBook Pro, and riding a Porsche Boxster. But here's the thing, these luxury goods are not just pricey. You have to go through a long waiting list or meet some secret criteria to just get your hands on them. You want to buy an Hermes bag? Well, you better have enough purchase quota by buying their belts, slippers, plates, and hats. And if you want a Porsche, be ready to grow a Gandalf-level beard while you wait for your car to be delivered from the depths of the production line. Normally, if a product's price goes up, demand decreases. Conversely, if the price goes down, more consumers will be willing to buy the product. This is the most basic law of economics, but luxury goods play by their own rules. The more zeros you add to the price tag, the more people want them. But hey, we live in the information age, where consumers can easily research and compare if a product is a scam or a rip-off. Modern consumers need not necessarily open their wallets just because something is expensive. However, recent trends shows us the opposite. Luxury brands are raking in record profits every year. They're making so much money that Bernard Arnault, the chairman of LVMH, became the richest man in the world, surpassing Elon Musk. Forget rockets and electric cars, the real money is in handbags and champagne. Who knew? So, in this video, we're going to dive into the mysterious world of luxury goods. We'll uncover why they're so expensive and try to figure out if this whole madness is sustainable. Just remember, though, even if we crack the code, don't expect me to start sipping Dom Perignon while wearing an Armani suit and driving a Porsche. My wallet is too busy sobbing in a corner. So let's dive into why luxury goods cost a fortune. First of all, luxury goods are high-end and high-quality goods that were intended to satisfy the ruling class. We can trace their origins back to Cardinal Richelieu, who served as the chief minister of France in the early 17th century under Louis XIII. He believed that extravagance of the royal court was necessary to gain domestic and international respect. Then came Louis XIV of France, who became king at 9 years old. France was still recovering a series of uprisings in the 30 Years' War. To address these challenges and assert his authority, Louis XIV pursued a policy of absolute monarchy and centralization of power. He aimed to establish himself as the sole authority in France and to reduce the power and influence of the nobility. As part of his strategy, Louis XIV embraced the notion of the divine right of kings, positioning himself as the epitome of grandeur and splendor. Luxury became a tool for Louis XIV to project his power and authority. The court at Versailles became the center of political and social life, attracting the nobility and important figures from around Europe. Louis XIV used luxury goods to showcase his wealth and magnificence. This display of luxury was intended to impress both his subjects and foreign dignitaries, solidifying his image as a powerful monarch and promoting stability in the kingdom. Louis XIV became the first ever celebrity in history. People couldn't resist copying his fashion choices. His clothes, wig, and accessories were all the rage in Europe. You know you're influential when your fashion becomes a trend, even if it includes wearing a wig that could double as a small bird's nest. This is when wigs became fashionable all over Europe. French minister Jean-Baptiste Colbert, sensing a business opportunity, saw the hype around luxury and decided to turn it into an industry. He transformed luxury goods into a must-have for the elite, and this led to the birth to royal suppliers and iconic brands like Louis Vuitton, Guerlain, and Hermes. Of course, luxury's over-the-top extravagance also had its consequences. The French Revolution came knocking, and let's just say the guillotine wasn't exactly a fashion statement. Anyway, these fancy goods were originally fit for kings and queens, and they've been designed to make wallets weep since day one. Second, let's talk about the production costs. When we think of luxury goods, we often imagine craftsmen meticulously working with the finest materials. Take Hermes, for example. They're so picky about their leather quality that they'd rather wait a few years than settle for anything less than perfection. Working with leather is no joke either. You don't just wake up one day and decide to become a master of leathercraft. You have to study at a special school for 3 years and then top it off with another 2 years of apprenticeship training. Just like getting a PhD in leather. No wonder these skilled craftsmen can only produce 2 bags a week. And you also have to account for all the research and development involved into making these products. But recently, there's a shortage of these craftsmen in France and Italy. The younger generation is like hard manual labor. No, thank you. So, to keep up with demand and prices, some luxury products are being made in Chinese factories within France and Italy. Some products are even made offshore in countries with cheap labor like Turkey, India, and Vietnam. So we can't say luxury brands slap a high price tag on their products because of the materials and craftsmanship. The third reason is status symbol. According to the book The Price of Fish, there are two types of goods in this world: material goods and positional goods. Material goods, like your everyday electronics and food, have a set price that's as steady as a rock. They go on sale, people buy them, and life goes on. But then there are those sneaky little positional goods. Their value is all about how others perceive them. Luxury brands are masters of this game. They know that in order to maintain their allure, they can't just be sitting on shelves, waiting to be grabbed like discount TVs on Black Friday. They need to be elusive, like a mythical creature that only reveals itself to the chosen few. Take the Louis Vuitton bag, for example. Their bag is so exclusive, it's practically a unicorn with a price tag. You can't just stroll into a store and buy it with a wave of your credit card. You have to prove your dedication by waiting in line at the crack of dawn, hoping and praying that luck is on your side. The gold medal goes to the one who can withstand the longest line without collapsing from exhaustion. And let's not forget, if you're lucky enough to see a Birkin bag in a Hermes store, you better be prepared to pay for it right then and there. The price of these luxury goods rises faster than S&P 500 itself, which has an average annual yield of 8%. And they hold their value better than some Wall Street investments. When you decide to part ways with it in the second-hand market, you can often sell it for the same price you bought it or even higher. Due to the brand's deep understanding of scarcity, luxury items have some characteristics of an asset, a potential heirloom that can be passed down through generations. But it's not just bags that play this game. Luxury watchmaker Patek Philippe joins the party too. You can't just walk in and buy a watch like it's a pack of gum. You have to submit a resume of your previously owned watches and go through an interview process. It's like getting a job offer, except instead of a salary, you're rewarded with the privilege of spending your hard-earned money on a fancy timepiece. Hermes and Patek Philippe know the power of positional value. They keep raising the prices, burning unsold stock to make it only accessible to a select few, thus maintaining their status symbol. The fourth is artistic value, where economics meets Picasso. Economists coined up many words to explain why people want luxury items. The panoply effect means owning luxury goods apparently gives you a sense of belonging to the upper class. There is the Veblen effect, where expensive items sell like hotcakes because people love showing off their wealth. Then there's the bandwagon effect, where fans blindly consume whatever their favorite celebrities endorse. If Kim Kardashian says she loves a particular luxury brand, suddenly everyone's emptying their bank accounts to buy it, even if it means surviving on ramen noodles for the next 6 months. And of course, there's the snob effect. The moment a product is trendy and everyone wants it, it's not cool anymore. Last but not least, the anchoring effect. If boutiques intentionally display a $100,000 bag on the show window, suddenly the $3,000 necklace looks reasonable in comparison. All of this is correct, but deep down, there's a reason why people are willing to splurge on luxury goods. It's all about self-display and self-satisfaction. Self-display means you want others to see you looking fabulous, and self-satisfaction means you want to appreciate the beauty of those luxurious items, even if it's just you, your bathrobe, and a box of chocolates and a cozy Saturday night. If you're more of the self-satisfaction type, luxury goods are like works of art. And you know what they say about art. Art has no price tag. A good example of this is the mechanical watch. Mechanical watches cannot compete with quartz watches or smartwatches in terms of accuracy, features, maintenance costs, and convenience. Expensive watches are no longer purchased solely for telling time, but rather for the unique satisfaction that can be compared to works of art, and people are willing to pay for that. Are luxury brands sustainable? It's 50 and 50. On one hand, luxury items can be seen as highlighting a flaw in the distribution of wealth. The resources, including raw materials, energy, and labor invested in the production and purchase of luxury goods could potentially be redirected towards addressing more pressing challenges such as poverty or education. Additionally, the luxury industry has faced criticism for practices such as burning unsold stock and treatment of animals. On the other hand, it is undeniable that throughout history, humans have always sought to differentiate themselves and experience a sense of exclusivity. Luxury items can provide individuals with a way to express their personal style, status, and uniqueness. Some argue that spending money on luxury items can serve as a relatively healthy outlet for individuals to fulfill their desire for self-expression and enjoyment, contributing to their overall well-being and satisfaction. This psychological aspect of luxury consumption, when done responsibly, can be seen as a form of self-indulgence that supports emotional well-being. Anyway, thanks for watching Hungry to Know. See you in the next video, gluttons.